Hello, everyone, and welcome to Object-Oriented Programming homework, where we go over the homework and basically see how to do it. So the first part is explain what OOP is and why we use it. So object-oriented programming is basically coding in an object-oriented way of thinking, where we separate a bigger task into smaller tasks. And this is so useful because it allows us to simplify tasks into so many different components, so many smaller, easily doable components that we can solve. For example, again, the tic-tac-toe example that I've said before, right? So if you have to build the game of tic-tac-toe, we can break up the task into coding individual objects. Like we can code the board class, we can code the player class, we can code the cell class, and we can all do it all together. There we split up the tasks, and then we fulfill each task in each of those, and then we accomplish it. And this way of approaching a problem is very, very unique, and it's very, very productive, and is very, very critical thinking like. And it's also much easily able to read rather than put everything in one file. And it also makes it a lot less complicated as well. So this is really, object-oriented programming is really a tool that is so useful to use. So if you're still struggling on that, please be sure to email me, or you can join the learnable tutoring sessions as well, and I'll be more than happy to help. Okay. So now step part 2, create a class called car with all of this. Hopefully you have done the homework. So please pause, or please look at the previous videos if you need any help, or call me, or you can email me, all this kind of stuff. If you need any help, please at least try to attempt it. But let's just get straight into it. So this is the car class that I built. Yours is hopefully very, very similar to this, because there's not that many ways we can do this for. Yeah. So hopefully this was kind of easy, because we kind of coded this for the phone class before, and we also looked at the book class examples. So that's 3 classes which we had examples for. So we have a class called car, and then in it we have a constructor with the name, brand, and year, and we initialize it to self dot dash dash name, self dot dash dash brand, self dot dash dash year. Hopefully this makes sense. This is the constructor which defines the object. Okay, and these are the get functions. So these return the self dot name, self dot brand, self dot year. We do self dot name, self dot brand, self dot year like with like this notation, and not just like name like this, because 1, it's not defined. 2, we define it like this. So we get the information from the user with the name, brand, year, and we initialize it. This is the attributes. This is the attributes, or the thing that the object has. So these are the variables that we use for the object, and these are the behaviors, or what the object does, right? And these are get functions, these are the set functions, these are the additional functions. Okay, and we just return the self dot brand self dot. So we just return it to where it's called, exactly how we grant permission to others viewing our house. And here is a set functions where we get the name, brand, year, and we set it to the self dot name, self dot brand, self dot year. Because again, if an outsider has a TV and you have a TV and you want to replace that TV with the TV, you won't just allow them, like they won't just come in your house and replace it without even your permission, right? You want them to ask permission to replace the TV, and you grant that permission by doing these functions. So you set name, so you get the name, and then you set it to the self.name, self.brand, self.year, same thing. Okay, and you have additional function where you have like a function called drive, and you say print I'm driving. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then like the reproduce function is when you call the function, it prints this out. So, and remember, all of these functions have self in it, and you don't call self in here, which is pretty odd, but just put self in every single function. Okay, and let's run it. It's already run here, but I'll just run it just so to prove that it works. So name, so we made a new car called Model Y as a name. brand as Tesla, and year as 2022. So if we do the print car, right, just to print it out, like the list, if you remember the list, it runs a reproduce function, and it says name as Model Y, brand as Tesla, and then the year as 2022, exactly like this. So it prints it out nice. So it prints it out nicely. Other than like if we don't include this function, it'll just be like random letters and numbers, which won't be useful to us. Okay, and we do print car.getYear, so it gets the year of 2022. You do car.set brand as Rivian. This is another EV brand, and you replace Tesla with Rivian. And if you do car.getBrand, it replaces Rivian, so it proves that our code works. And if you do car.drive, it just prints I'm driving. Whew. That's done. Congratulations, we have finished object-oriented programming. Huge accomplishment. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.